Yes, good morning dear children. Once again I'm back, hoping to finish how the camel got his arm. In the last class we studied about the complaints given by three animals to the man, and even they called for panchayat, where they put forth their plea, request in front of the jinn. Who was jinn? Who was jinn? He was the in charge of the whole desert, right? They put forth in, they complained him that how one can be idle when other animals are toiling, working hard. Then jinn said, certainly not. No one can be idle. One should work and earn and eat. That is nothing but kayakave kailasa. Work is virtue. Well, said the horse, there is a thing in the middle of your desert with a long neck and long legs, and he hasn't done a stroke of work. Stroke of work is nothing but not a single work, single mark of work, not single stroke like this. Since Monday morning, he won't trot. So according to horse, the work is trotting, running fast. So he hasn't done. View, said the jinn, whistling. That's my camel. My camel. Possessive pronoun. What is that? Possessive pronoun. My camel. Whose camel? My camel. So that is possessive. What does he say about it? He says, humph, and he won't plow. Which animal plows? Ox. Right? So he says, he won't plow. Horse said, he won't trot. Very good, said the jinn. I'll humph him if you will kindly wait a minute. Wait. I'll teach him a lesson, he said. The jinn rolled himself up in his dust cloak. Cloak means it is a kind of dress, and took a walk across the desert and found the camel looking at his own reflection in a pool of water. Right? Those who do not do work, no, they'll be always like this. We also, when we don't have work or when we are not interested to do work, most of the time we stand in front of the mirror and we just go for making ourselves up, makeup. My friend, said the jinn, what's this I hear of your doing no work? The jinn sat down with his chin in his hand, while the camel looked at his own reflection in the pool of water. You have given the 3 extra work ever since Monday morning, all on account of your idleness, said the jinn, and he went on thinking with his chin in his hand. You know, the work of camel was borne by those 3 animals. So he thought, I'm talking to you and you are looking at your reflection in the pool, and let me do something. Humph again, said the camel. I shouldn't say that again if I were you, said the jinn. You might say it once too often. I want you to work. And the camel said, humph again. But no sooner had he said it than he saw his back that he was so proud of puffing up, soaring up, swelling up, and puffing up into a great big hum. Do you see that? Said the jinn. Do you see that? Said the jinn. That's your very own humph that you have brought upon your very own self by not working. You used to say only humph. And even after reminding you about your work, you said humph and you did not work, right? So, for your humph, you got hump. See? Said the jinn. Today is Thursday and you have done no work since Monday when the work began. Now you are going to work. How can I, said the camel, with this hump on my back? That has a purpose. Everything has a purpose. You need to know that. Said the jinn, all because you missed those 3 days. You will be able to work now for 3 days without eating because you can live on your hump. And don't you ever say, I never did anything for you. Come out of the desert and go to the tree and behave. You have got the punishment for your negligence. Now come out of the desert. You have to work for other 3 days. Right? Go. Join those 3 animals. Work. And the camel went away to join the tree, and from that day to this, the camel always wears a hump. We call it hump now. Not to hurt his feelings, but he has never yet caught up with the 3 days that he missed at the beginning of the world, and he has never yet learned how to behave. So, he could not compensate those 3 days, so still it has got hump. Such a beautiful story that you have learned. Dear children, there are many words that you need to understand. Go through the textbook, read it carefully. Please find out the difficult words and just underline and write down in a book which you have to keep safely, which enriches your knowledge, vocabulary, which you can use in your own sentence. Right? Please find out the meanings of those difficult words, and if you don't find any, if you find any difficult words, you are free to ask me and get the answers. Till then, take care. Bye bye.